Barcelona are reportedly preparing a summer move for Marcus Rashford, with the Spanish giants planning to submit a bid worth around £13 million for the Manchester United forward. The proposed offer is believed to be just over half of the previously discussed £22.5 million by option, setting the stage for a tense negotiation between two of Europe's biggest clubs. The situation has already sparked major debate among fans, pundits, and football insiders across Europe. The future of Rashford has become one of the biggest talking points of the transfer window, especially after a difficult and inconsistent campaign at Manchester United. Once viewed as the face of the club, and one of the brightest talents to emerge from the academy in recent years, Rashford now finds himself at a crossroads in his career. Barcelona's interest could provide him with a fresh start away from Old Trafford and a chance to rediscover his best football. Barcelona manager Hansi Flick is believed to be a strong admirer of Rashford's qualities and versatility in attack. The German coach reportedly sees the England international as a player capable of fitting perfectly into Barcelona's fast and dynamic style of play. Flick values Rashford's pace, movement, and ability to play across multiple attacking positions, making him an attractive target for the Catalan giants this summer. Despite Barcelona's admiration for the player, the club's financial situation continues to play a huge role in negotiations. The Spanish side are still working within strict financial limits and are unable to spend huge amounts freely in the transfer market. As a result, Barcelona are trying to negotiate a lower fee for Rashford rather than paying the full £22.5 million option that Manchester United are hoping to receive. Reports suggest that Barcelona believe Rashford's current market situation gives them leverage in negotiations. With Manchester United reportedly open to parting ways with the player, and Rashford himself seemingly interested in a move abroad, the Spanish giants are confident they can secure a deal below the asking price. Their £13 million proposal is seen as an attempt to test United's resolve before potentially increasing the offer slightly later in the window. Manchester United, however, are not expected to surrender easily in negotiations. Club officials reportedly believe Rashford still possesses world-class potential despite his recent struggles. The Red Devils are said to value the player far higher than Barcelona's opening figure and may refuse to sanction any deal unless their financial demands are fully met during the summer transfer window. Sources close to the situation claim that Manchester United would prefer to receive the full £22.5 million fee if Rashford is to leave permanently. The club are currently rebuilding under a new direction and are looking to generate funds for fresh signings. Accepting a significantly lower offer for a player who once carried immense value could be viewed internally as poor business. Rashford's future has become increasingly uncertain over the last few months, especially after criticism surrounding his form, consistency, and body language on the pitch. Many supporters have questioned whether the forward can rediscover the levels that once made him one of the Premier League's most feared attackers. Others believe a new environment may be exactly what he needs to reignite his career. Barcelona reportedly view Rashford as a market opportunity rather than a luxury signing. The club understand that acquiring a player with his experience, speed, and profile at a reduced price could prove to be a major bargain if he returns to top form. At 28 years old, Rashford still has years left at the highest level and remains a player with enormous commercial and footballing appeal. The possibility of Rashford joining Barcelona has generated excitement among sections of the fan base in Spain. Many supporters believe the English forward could thrive alongside Barcelona's young and technically gifted squad. His direct style, explosive runs, and ability to stretch defenses are qualities that some fans feel Barcelona have lacked consistently in recent seasons. However, Barcelona's stance appears firm regarding the transfer fee. Reports indicate that if Manchester United refuse to lower their demands and insist on receiving the full £22.5 million valuation, Barcelona are prepared to walk away from negotiations entirely. This means Rashford may not be playing at the Camp Nou next season if both clubs fail to find a compromise. That possibility places additional pressure on Manchester United as they weigh their options carefully. Keeping Rashford could preserve squad depth and maintain experience within the dressing room, but it may also prolong uncertainty around a player whose future appears increasingly unclear. Selling him, on the other hand, would provide funds and potentially allow the club to move forward with a new attacking rebuild. There is also the player's perspective to consider in this growing transfer saga. Rashford is reportedly attracted by the opportunity to play in Spain and experience a completely different football culture. The idea of representing Barcelona, one of the biggest clubs in world football, is believed to strongly appeal to the England international at this stage of his career. Several reports suggest Rashford has already informed people close to him that Barcelona remains his preferred destination if he leaves Manchester United this summer. The player is thought to admire the club's history, playing style, and long tradition of attacking football. A move to La Liga could also offer him a fresh challenge after spending his entire senior career at Old Trafford. Hansi Flick's influence may ultimately become a decisive factor in negotiations. The Barcelona manager is reportedly pushing internally for the club to continue exploring a deal despite financial complications. Flick believes Rashford's pace and experience would significantly strengthen Barcelona's attack, particularly in transition-heavy matches against Europe's elite clubs. Manchester United fans remain divided over the possibility of Rashford leaving. Some supporters believe the forward deserves another chance to prove himself after years of service to the club, while others feel a separation may benefit both parties. The emotional connection between Rashford and United makes the situation particularly sensitive for many fans. Rashford rose through Manchester United's academy and quickly became one of the club's biggest success stories in recent modern history. His breakthrough under Louis van Gaal created enormous excitement, and he went on to produce memorable performances and important goals for the Red Devils over several seasons. Few imagined that his future would eventually become so uncertain. Inconsistency has unfortunately overshadowed parts of Rashford's recent career. While flashes of brilliance remain visible, his overall performances have struggled to meet expectations consistently. Injuries, tactical changes, confidence issues, and immense pressure have all contributed to a difficult period for the England forward over the last two campaigns. Barcelona believe they may be able to unlock the best version of Rashford within a more possession-based system. The Spanish club reportedly feel that the reduced pressure compared to the Premier League and a more technical style of football could help the attacker regain confidence and rediscover his devastating form in front of goal. The financial structure of any potential deal could become a major talking point in the coming weeks. Barcelona may attempt to include performance-related bonuses or installment-based payments to bridge the gap between their valuation and Manchester United's asking price. Such negotiations are expected to intensify deeper into the transfer window. Manchester United's recruitment plans could also influence the outcome of talks. If the club identifies suitable replacements in the market, they may become more willing to compromise financially on Rashford's departure. However, if alternatives prove too expensive or difficult to secure, United may decide to keep the player for another season. The transfer market can often shift rapidly, and both clubs are aware of that reality. Injuries, failed negotiations elsewhere, or changes in squad priorities could quickly alter the dynamics surrounding Rashford's future. For now, though, Barcelona appear determined not to exceed their financial limits despite their admiration for the player. Rashford's representatives are reportedly monitoring the situation closely while remaining calm about ongoing discussions. The player is believed to be focused on resolving his future before the new season begins, as he wants clarity regarding his role and long-term direction. Uncertainty dragging into late August is something all parties hope to avoid. Barcelona's interest in Rashford also reflects the club's broader transfer strategy under Hansi Flick. The German coach is looking for experienced attacking players capable of complementing Barcelona's talented young core. Rashford's experience in major European matches and international tournaments makes him an attractive profile within that vision. At Manchester United, the summer transfer window is expected to bring significant changes across several areas of the squad. The club are eager to rebuild after another disappointing campaign and are evaluating multiple player situations carefully. Rashford's future is undoubtedly among the most important decisions they must make. If Barcelona fail to secure Rashford due to Manchester United's demands, the Spanish side may redirect their attention toward alternative attacking targets. Reports suggest the Catalan giants already have backup options being considered internally should negotiations collapse completely during the coming weeks. The pressure surrounding Rashford has been enormous for several years due to his status at Manchester United. Being one of the club's academy graduates and highest-profile players naturally brings intense scrutiny. Every performance, statistic, and reaction on the pitch is heavily analyzed by supporters and media alike. A move abroad could potentially remove some of that pressure and allow Rashford to focus entirely on football again. Many players have revived their careers after leaving the Premier League for a different environment, and Barcelona believe Rashford could follow a similar path if given the opportunity in Spain. Still, there are concerns within Barcelona about the risks involved in the transfer. While Rashford's talent is undeniable, questions remain regarding consistency and whether he can adapt successfully to La Liga. The club therefore appear unwilling to make a major financial gamble despite Flick's admiration for the player. Manchester United's hierarchy reportedly feel that Rashford still holds significant commercial value in addition to his footballing qualities. Losing such a recognizable figure for a reduced fee could create criticism among supporters and analysts who believe the club should command a stronger financial package. Negotiations between the two clubs are expected to continue throughout the summer, but insiders suggest the gap in valuation remains considerable at this stage. Barcelona's willingness to walk away if the price remains unchanged demonstrates the financial caution currently shaping their transfer approach. The situation has also attracted attention from football fans across Europe due to the scale of the clubs involved. Any transfer between Manchester United and Barcelona naturally becomes headline news, especially when a player as recognizable as Rashford is at the center of discussions. For Rashford personally, the coming weeks could define the next chapter of his career. Whether he stays at Manchester United or secures a move abroad, the decisions made this summer may shape his legacy and future trajectory at the highest level of football. Barcelona supporters are already imagining how Rashford could fit into the team's attacking setup. His ability to operate on the left wing, through the middle, or even on the right provides tactical flexibility that Flick reportedly values greatly heading into next season. Meanwhile, Manchester United supporters continue debating whether selling Rashford would ultimately strengthen or weaken the squad. Some argue his departure would symbolize the end of an era, while others believe it could open space for a new generation of attacking talent to emerge. The financial realities of modern football are once again becoming a central theme in this transfer saga. Barcelona's cautious approach highlights how even Europe's biggest clubs must now balance ambition with strict economic responsibility in today's market. If no agreement is reached, Rashford could remain at Old Trafford despite speculation surrounding his future. That outcome would likely create fresh questions about his role under Manchester United's evolving project, and whether he can regain his place as a key figure within the squad. There is also the possibility that other clubs may enter the race if negotiations between Barcelona and Manchester United break down completely. Rashford's availability and reduced valuation could attract interest from teams across Europe later in the transfer window. For now, though, Barcelona remain the player's strongest and most serious admirers. The Catalan club continue exploring ways to complete the transfer while staying within their financial limitations, but they appear determined not to overpay under any circumstances. Manchester United's response to Barcelona's £13 million valuation could ultimately decide the entire outcome of the saga. If the Red Devils stand firm on the full £22.5 million demand, the move may collapse before reaching an advanced stage of negotiations. The coming weeks promise to be crucial as discussions continue behind the scenes between both clubs and the players' representatives. Supporters from both sides will be watching closely for updates as one of the summer's most intriguing transfer stories develops further. Whether Rashford ends up wearing the famous Barcelona colours next season or remains at Manchester United, his future has become one of football's biggest current talking points. The tension between Barcelona's financial caution and United's valuation may ultimately determine where the England international plays his football next season.